Welcome back to Learn with Leo. Why do some people build wealth while others only look wealthy? The difference is rarely just luck, connections, or a bigger paycheck. It starts with personality, how you think, act, and respond to problems. Here's the real question. Does money create character, or does character create money? One person chases status. Another creates something people genuinely need. Both may make money, but only one path can keep producing it. Money is useful. But money itself is not wealth. Real wealth is useful stuff. Products, services, systems, and solutions. Think of Amazon. Convenience at scale. Not just boxes or billionaires. Or Netflix. It did not sell DVDs. It changed how millions watch entertainment. Their income followed value delivered repeatedly to huge numbers of people. That is the key. Wealth grows when you solve problems beyond yourself. Psychologist Carol Dweck calls this a growth mindset. Abilities can be developed. Creators do not ask, "How do I get paid?" First, they ask, "What can I improve?" That shift turns ambition from taking more into building more. So before chasing money, build the personality that makes value inevitable. What does that personality look like in real life? Meet Smith and Jones. Smith is the person everyone seems to like. He is busy, sociable, polished, and well-rounded. At school or work, Smith looks like the obvious winner. But much of Smith's energy goes toward staying approved. He checks the room before he checks his own judgment. Now meet Jones. Jones is quieter, selective, and harder to read. He may not shine in every category. He does not try to. Jones goes deep on problems that genuinely hold his attention. While Smith collects signals, Jones develops a direction. That difference matters when there is no map, praise, or permission. Psychologist Solomon Asch showed how easily groups can bend our judgments. Creators need the nerve to test reality, even alone. This does not make Smith bad, or Jones automatically brilliant. Surface success is not the same as value creation capacity. The builder's advantage is focus, less performance, more original work. But focus only matters when it produces something useful. That brings us to money. A signal, not wealth itself. A bank balance tells you value was exchanged. It does not show what was created. Real wealth is what makes life work better: homes, tools, food, software, and care. Cash is a claim ticket. Wealth is the thing, or system, behind the ticket. Think of a $10 note. It buys coffee because someone grew, shipped, roasted, and served it. The note is not the wealth. The coordinated work behind your coffee is. Creators combine materials, thought, and effort into solutions people choose. A plumber restoring hot water creates value. A developer removing app friction does too. Income can come from building value, or simply capturing an existing benefit. So do not judge wealth by the price tag. Judge it by the source. Did this income solve a problem, improve a process, or help people do more? Peter Drucker put it simply, business creates a customer. Not through manipulation, but by offering something worth choosing again. This changes the question from, "How do I get paid?" to, "What can I make better?" Because lasting wealth starts when someone sees possibility and turns it into benefit. That benefit begins with seeing a possibility others overlook. A scientist discovers what is possible. An entrepreneur asks, "How can this help people?" That bridge from discovery to usefulness is where value creation begins. Think of the smartphone. Science mattered, but usefulness made it transformative. Creators combine ideas, tools, people, and timing into something the market can actually use. This is why innovation is more than inventing something new. It means improving the way people live, work, travel, or solve problems. Amazon did not become powerful by selling one item once. It built systems that repeatedly made buying easier for millions of people. That is the difference between a transaction and a durable contribution. Short-term extraction asks, "What can I take?" Long-term creation asks, "What can I improve and sustain?" Psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi called this deep engagement flow. Creators often enter that state while improving a product, process, or system. They test, measure, revise, and keep moving toward a better result. The real scoreboard is not attention today, but value that still works tomorrow. So track 3 things: customer benefit, meaningful improvement, and lasting contribution. When those grow together, income becomes evidence of value, not the value itself. And that value starts with 4 traits you can practice every day. First, independent judgment. Test reality, not popularity. The crowd can be loud and still be wrong. Ask, what does the evidence say? What does the customer actually need? Second, innovation. Make yesterday's standard less frustrating. Innovation is rarely a lightning bolt. Usually it is a useful upgrade. Think of James Clear's idea. Tiny improvements compound over time. One smoother checkout, faster reply, or clearer instruction can win loyalty. Third, initiative. Do not wait for a perfect invitation. See a gap, make a first move, then learn from the result. This is not reckless risk. It is a small, testable bet. The famous marshmallow study points to a related skill: delaying easy reward. Creators trade quick comfort for a stronger future payoff. Fourth, ownership. Treat problems as yours to improve. Ownership means fixing the handoff, not blaming the department. Think independently, improve relentlessly, act early, own the outcome. Those 4 traits matter more than where you begin. Your starting point influences opportunity, but character determines what you do with it. An ordinary beginning is not a permanent ceiling. Creator traits can turn small opportunities into momentum. Look at Sarah Blakely, who started Spanx with limited resources and persistent problem solving. She noticed friction, then built a solution around it. The lesson is not that everyone gets the same chance. It is that initiative can multiply the chance you do get. The reverse is also true. An advantaged starting point can be wasted through passivity. Connections, credentials, and capital open doors, they do not walk through them for you. Psychologist Carol Dweck calls this a growth mindset. Ability is developed through effort, feedback, and better strategies. But effort alone is not enough. Wealth creation also requires judgment about which risks deserve your energy. Calculated risk is not reckless gambling. It combines evidence, judgment, and accountability. Before launching a product, test demand. Before changing careers, build a skill and study the market. Evidence does not eliminate uncertainty. It makes uncertainty more intelligent. Then take a small, reversible step. Learn from reality before making the bet larger. This is how owners think. They do not wait for perfect certainty. They create feedback quickly. You can practice ownership before you own anything. Improve the process, protect the customer, and measure the result. Do not ask, is this my job? Ask, what outcome needs protecting? That question shifts you from task doer to value creator. It turns responsibility into a competitive advantage. Your background may shape the first chapter. Your repeated decisions write the rest. So start where you are, test what you can, and take responsibility for the next useful step. That next step gets clearer when you study people who built before proof existed. They did not chase money first. They noticed costly problems first. George Westinghouse saw a deadly railway problem. Trains could not stop reliably. His air brake system made stopping safer, faster, and scalable across railways. The pattern matters. Spot friction, then build a system that removes it. Cornelius Vanderbilt had already won in shipping, but he saw rail was the future. Most people protect yesterday's win. Builders reallocate toward tomorrow's opportunity. That is strategic flexibility, not random risk-taking. Arthur Vining Davis built industrial businesses over decades, not viral moments. He reinvested. Long-term wealth often compounds through patient construction. Henry Ford did not invent the car. He redesigned how cars were made. Mass production lowered costs, putting mobility within reach of ordinary families. Innovation is not always a new idea. Often it is a better process. Edwin Land kept pursuing instant photography when the technology was painfully difficult. Polaroid changed the experience. Take a photo, hold the memory moments later. Different industries, same pattern. See ahead, persist longer, create useful change. But creating value has a hidden cost. You may have to stand apart before others understand. Original thinkers can look distant, strange, or even impractical at first. That discomfort is often the price of refusing to copy the crowd. Solomon Ash's conformity experiments showed how easily people can deny their own eyes to fit in. Creators must tolerate that pressure without confusing popularity for truth. Early evidence is usually incomplete, especially when the idea is genuinely new. When Airbnb launched, many people saw strange spare rooms, not the future of travel. The founders kept testing the idea until the market could see what they saw. Conviction does not mean ignoring reality. It means testing reality longer than critics do. And money, for the creator, money is fuel, not the finish line. It funds better tools, more experiments, and a wider reach. This is the difference between displaying wealth and deploying it. A status seeker asks, how do I look successful? A builder asks, what can this resource make possible? Progress rarely begins with everyone agreeing. It begins with a small minority willing to act on informed conviction. So if your useful idea feels lonely, that is not proof it is wrong. Keep testing. Keep building, and let results make the introduction. And when results speak, money becomes the echo, not the mission. That is the wealth-creating personality in one sentence. Create before you earn. Income is often a consequence of creativity, responsibility, and useful output. Not always instantly, not always fairly, but over time, value has somewhere to go. James Clear calls this the power of small habits. Tiny actions, repeated, compound. Your daily question is not, how do I look successful? Ask instead, what value did I create today? Maybe you saved someone time. Maybe you clarified confusion. Maybe you made work easier. Start practical. Find one friction point in your work, home, or community. Friction is wasted time, needless steps, confusion, or a problem everyone tolerates. Then design one improvement. Keep it small enough to finish. A cleaner spreadsheet, a better checklist, a faster customer reply. Then ship it. Real feedback beats private perfection. Talent helps. Mindset directs it. But worldview decides what you aim at. Aim at usefulness long enough, and your skills become assets people trust. Which matters most? Talent, mindset, or worldview? Comment below, then subscribe for more growth lessons.